What it do, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So for this morning's video, I am here to give you guys another video in my must-have must gag series. This is my series inspired by Samantha March's Will I Buy It series. I always have her series and the community playlist linked down below, as well as all of the Instagram pages I follow to get all this makeup knowledge. And lastly, but certainly not least, I always have all of the items listed and linked down below. Today, this morning, I'm feeling froggy. I'm very happy I was able to accomplish quite a bit of things already. And I'm actually filming the same day I'm going to be uploading. It's about 8 a.m. And yeah, I've already got a full face of makeup. I've already done 2 different workouts today. We're doing great. We're doing great today. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. If not, I hope that this video or something throughout your day can help you or start feeling the best version of yourself. Yeah, so I didn't actually film this look, but this look came out bomb in my opinion. I'm feeling very beautiful, very pretty. So I am going to aim to actually redo it, but just film it for you guys. So yeah, do not worry. I will also go ahead and put everything that I have on my face in a pinned comment. And yeah, with that said, I'm just going to scoot over and we are going to start talking about all the new makeup releases. All right, so there's so many things to talk about. I just want to dive right on in. This is a new brand to me. The brand is Ladybug Glow. They're coming out with a palette called Pond Lily. It looks very pretty actually. It has some nice kind of solid mattes. I think unfortunately though there are some glitters in this palette. But I think the color scheme is very, very pretty and it could be something beneficial to you if you want something that's a little bit springy inspired. I would say this is definitely more spring inspired than summer inspired, but it's still beautiful nonetheless. I really, really like it. It seems like there are something that is dewy and jelly coming from Ciate London. I don't think I've seen them showcase what this product actually is. Oh yeah, I think it's these lip oils. They look pretty. They look very pretty. I know so many brands right now are coming out with some form of lip oil or gloss product, and I think that is definitely within the scope of reason to do because so many people are just really gravitating towards more glowy, nourishing lips, especially for the summer. And then of course the cream blushes are super on trend right now, so it makes perfect sense for Ciate London to be coming out with these products. I don't have easy access to the brand, and because I am not in love with the brand, even when I did have easy access for them, I'm gonna go ahead and pass on these products, but the products do look really pretty. Tarte is coming out with some other products in their Man-Eater range. Last week I talked about the fact that they came out with Man-Eater bronzer sticks, or at least they are coming out with them. And this week I hear to talk about the fact that they're coming out with some Man-Eater blush sticks. It looks like they also have sets available, I'm sure, at QVC, where you get a brush, a bronzer, and a highlighter and a blush. I think that this is smart. From what I can tell, their Man-Eater range does well. Although for me, I think at this point Tarte doesn't need to come out with any more cream type products because they have now their liquid products that they created to kind of dupe the Charlotte Tilbury tube products. My brain is escaping. The Pillow Talk, what are they called? It's right here. The Charlotte Tilbury, the beauty wands. So they came out with their version to dupe the beauty wands, and now they're coming out with, I guess, their more original version with these more cream sticks. I think at this point they just don't need to come out with any more cream products. Am I mad? No, I think that the range for the bronzers was really nice. And I think the range for the blush is okay. It seems to be only 3 shades, which kind of does suck, but it does seem to have a wide-ish range in those 3 shades. I'm going to definitely pass on the cream sticks. I still do anticipate potentially picking up a cream bronzer from this particular range though. I've just really been enjoying the creams. Every day I pretty much reach for at least 2 creams to throw on my cheeks at some point. REM Beauty is coming out with some plumping lip glosses that are infused with passion fruit and apricot oils. I think these are really cute. It looks like there are 3 different shades. They'll be available on the 22nd, which they're already available now. I think they're cute. There's reason to enjoy them or pick them up potentially, but for me, I'm good. I'm trying to be better, so I'm gonna pass on this. Something that's very interesting, I want to get my nose on this 100%, is the fact that Victor and Ralph are releasing a new scent in their Good Fortune range. I believe last year was the first year that they came out with a perfume in this range, and now they've come out with the Good Fortune Elixir Intense. And so the top notes in this one is incense. Then you have the heart note is jasmine. The base note is bourbon, vanilla, sandalwood, and palo santo. I'm intrigued to smell this, but I won't lie. There have been some scents that I have tried that have incense as the base note, and that has been too much for me. So the fact that the incense is the top note, that means that's the first thing you're smelling. It's gonna punch you in the face. And depending on how I enjoy it, or maybe lack thereof, I probably won't pick this up. I do want to try it though, at least smell it. I could see me getting like the travel size, as I've been saying to you guys time and time again. I've been trying to get the travel sizes of perfumes first, and if I go through the travel size in a reasonable amount of time and I still enjoy the scent enough to want to pick up a full size, then I will. So this is definitely something that I'm going to be keeping my eye out on. I do believe my local Ulta has this range, so I will probably try to go and get my nose on them. Give Me Glow is coming out with a juicy blueberry palette. And in this palette, it's a 12-pan palette. They have their normal multi-chrome formula and some mattes. I don't know how to feel about this palette. When I saw it originally, I did not think it was Give Me Glow. So I think they really are gonna have to push this palette heavy on their social media to ensure that people who maybe associate the brand with particular packaging actually potentially look at the packaging and the palette. Because to me, I saw this and I thought it was like a cheap brand. No disrespect, I just did not associate it with an independently owned brand, specifically Give Me Glow. I have tried their products before. I want to say maybe one eyeshadow palette and a couple of various other cheek products, and maybe even some lip products from the brand. I think overall this brand is very, very solid. The eyeshadow palette formula is good, but it's not a favorite for me. I have some other favorites like Odin's Eye, like Glamnatrix, like even Cosmic Brushes is definitely a new favorite for me. So for me, this is just not something that I need. I've also limited myself at this point to only picking up one eyeshadow palette, and even though I picked it up technically in the month of June, that was my palette for July. So I will not be picking up a palette this month, and this will be a really good exercise to see how good I can do, especially because at this moment I'm truly enjoying and thriving on these very, very natural makeup look applications that I'm doing, specifically the eyeshadow, where I'm using 2 browns in an eyeshadow palette that I already have. So for me, yeah, that's where my mindset is, and I'm gonna hope and cling to that for a very long time so I can get a little bit more better in the finances department. But I'm on a tangent. This is not something that I'm going to be picking up, and I'm happy for it. It looks like Dior is already showcasing their fall collection, and I love fall. Fall is my favorite season, and so I'm so excited to see what comes of this fall. I feel like there's just so much I'm excited for. So they have a blush, 2 eyeshadow quads, and some nail polishes. I think the eyeshadow quints. I think the eyeshadow quints look pretty, especially the more warm brown tone one. That looks beautiful, and I do mean beautiful. I would love to get my hands on that to see if it actually is going to be pigmented, or even to see if like maybe Michelle Wong does a review. Then I'll definitely pay attention to that. The blush looks fine. Like I said, right now I'm very much more gravitating towards cream blushes. I just am truly enjoying how my whole base is just looking seamless with the cream blush. Not that that's not the case with some matte or some powder blushes, but there's just that level that you can't talk about. You really can't touch in a cream blush, and how seamless it looks on the skin, especially my skin, and how my base has been coming together. So Westmin Atelier is coming out with 2 new products. They're coming out with a deeper bronzer. The shade is now in deep rich bronze. What's the shade name? Beau Soleil, I think is the name. So that is the new bronzer. This range has already been a thing. They just didn't have a bronzer that was deep. And then they're also coming out with some illuminator drops. And there are 3 different shades for light, medium, and deeper complexions. I think these look cute. It's cute. I've never tried the brand, mainly because I just don't feel like the brand is meant for me. I just feel like it's for a lighter complexion. But there is somebody on YouTube, Victoria James. She loves luxury and she showcases it on her skin tone. I would say she's somewhere near my skin tone, maybe a little bit lighter than me, because I think there's some foundation shades that she is quoted having, and I have just a little bit of a deeper foundation shade in my collection. And I've seen her use these products specifically from the brand. I want to say it was the cream blush stick and the cream highlighter sticks as well. I've seen her use those. I don't believe I've seen her use the bronzer, but I would be interested. Who am I not to say that I'm not interested? I love bronzer, and this is summer, and I love showcasing bronzers on my channel, on my platform. Am I going to sit here and buy a $75 bronzer that might not work for me? I don't know if that's in line with I'm trying to be a little bit better with the finances. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be a huge pass. So there is a new beauty brand afoot, and it's Toady, and this is from Sofia Vergara. I'm sorry if that was not the right pronunciation, but she has the brand Toady. And I'm actually really interested in this brand because she has refill products for pretty much everything that she's launching. And she's launching some skincare along with a little bit of makeup. But even the makeup that she's launching, they're more like skincare infused. They're more kind of a light base type situation. So I'm intrigued. I can't say I'm not. Is this something that I'm going to be running out to pick up? I don't believe so, but I will definitely be. I think I've already signed up for their newsletter, and yeah, I'm just excited to see what can come from this brand. I love seeing new brands come about because different people can bring different things. And although maybe it's not going to be a love for me, it may be a love for you. So I'm definitely intrigued to see what's going to be happening with the more skincare element of her brand and how she infuses that with her beauty aspect. So Glamlight has come out with yet another collection, and this is the Rick and Morty collection. I've never seen the TV show. I feel like this is one of those TV shows where it's like meant for kids, but it was on like Adult Swim, and it was this the one that was created by the person that was always high? I don't remember. I've never seen the show. But anyways, there is a huge eyeshadow palette, a 3-pan highlighter palette. There are 2 lip kits, and then there is a setting spray, right? Yeah, setting spray. I love the packaging. I feel as though Glamlight has really nailed it lately with the packaging fitting the whole aesthetic. That spray bottle, I don't know if they're like more in the science realm, and that's why it looks like that setting spray. Okay, it looks beautiful. I like it. I like the collection. I think it's cool. Is it something I need? No. I am gonna go ahead and pass. It's just not something that I need. Something that I may need. I haven't decided if I'm gonna pull the trigger or not. Are the 2 new scents from Kyali. They are both wedding inspired, and one is the wedding silk Santel, and the other one is the wedding velvet Santel. So the one that is the velvet Santel is definitely darker, deeper, with those jasmine petals, tea leaves, white musk, cedarwood, benzoin, and sandalwood. And then you have the silk Santel one, which is that sparkling champagne, white freesia, pink praline, lush nectarine, sugared musk, and some more. I'm intrigued with the lush nectarine aspect of the silk Santel, but I feel as though with my aesthetic and what I particularly like, I think the velvet Santel is going to be the one for me. I do know that these are unfortunately limited edition. So if you're interested, get your hands on them at least this year, just so that you don't miss out. We'll see. Once again, I'm probably going to do my normal routine, which is to get the travel size. When it comes to Kyali, I pretty much always get the travel sizes of those perfumes. Lately, I just picked them up and I've been loving all of them. So I will probably pick them up, get my nose on them, and see which one, if one, I need to get a full size. Dominic Cosmetics is coming out with some brow products. So they have a brow frame in 6 different shades and a gel. I think this is really cool. I think it's smart. She's really padding out her range. The products that I have from the brand, I truly enjoy and I get a lot of use out of. So it'll be interesting to see if anybody that I follow gets these products either in PR or they choose to pick them up and see kind of what their opinions are on the formulation. I am going to currently pass. I picked up quite a few brow products lately, which just kind of happened. So I want to get through some of those brow products and continue to get through a lot of the makeup that I've already picked up. Blend Bunny Cosmetics is coming out with a new palette, which is their Sugar and Grunge palette. This is really pretty. It's really pretty. You have a row of kind of pastels, a row of like midtones, a row of deep shades, and then a row of shimmers. The shimmers look kind of a little bit muted in a way. I like it. I like the palette. I really do. The formulation of this brand is beautiful. I have one of their palettes and I really, really do enjoy the formulation from this brand. Unfortunately, though, this palette is just not going to meet the mark for me. And like I said, I'm only allowing myself to pick up one eyeshadow palette a month, and July's has already been purchased. So I talked about these a little while ago, but I think now they're finally available. And these are from BH Cosmetics. These are their blushes in these pans. Looking at the pans now, it looks like some of them are matte and some of them have some form of sheen to them. I would love to get my hands on the Caribbean Sunset, which is that soft copper with the shimmer. That would be one that I think I could definitely get some use out of. I believe BH Cosmetics is still available in Ulta, so that would be something that I would keep my eyes out on. And just because I'm talking about Ulta now, Ulta is currently doing a massive sale right now on the site, and it's tiered depending on the time period that you're on the website for the sale. So like right now they have things that are on sale until July 1st. So they have certain products and certain brands that are on sale right now until July 1st, and then so on and so forth until the end of the overall sale. And then on top of that, there's also a 5 times multiplier at the maximum for Rouge. At Sephora, I think for VIB it's 3 times, and I think for just Beauty Insider it's 2 times the points. So this is another good way for you to stack up some points, especially like if you are a Rouge. Once you get to 2,500 points, you can get a $100 gift card at Sephora and you can spend it within, I think, 90 days. So these are all just really good things to keep in mind. And then same with Ulta, they have multiplier points as well, and I always recommend getting till about 2,500 points as well, because then you get somewhere around like $150 worth of products for free with your points. So definitely always kind of build your points and like just strategically pick up things that you need or that you're really interested. I would recommend during the sale if you have the money, because then you can really get a good bang for your buck during those points in time. Okay, moving on to new makeup. Essence is also coming out with a positive vibes only collection, and there are some eyeshadow palettes, highlighters, blush sticks, lip glows, and a lip mask. I don't have a lot from Essence. I feel like a lot of the times their brand is not presented for somebody of my skin tone. Nothing in here is interesting to me personally, so I am going to go ahead and skip. NYX is coming out with a Barbie collection, which I'm sure you guys know everybody's coming out with collections in collaboration with Barbie because of the new movie. And I will say, I think packaging wise, stellar. The the blush cell phone, phenomenal. Phenomenal. Honestly, I could see me picking that up just for that particular product. That product is so nice, and I've been enjoying a very blue based pink on my cheeks lately, so I could definitely see me picking that up. Is there anything that I feel I couldn't live without in this collection? No. I'm not a huge Barbie fan. I literally gave away my Barbies when I was younger, so yeah, there is that. That tells you a lot about me and how your girl has changed throughout the years. So we got about, I think, 3 more things I want to talk about. Cash Beauty is doing a collaboration with Charlene Murphy. I've never heard of Charlene, but she looks beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And of course, congratulations to her and Cash Beauty, because Cash Beauty is actually run by an influencer. So congratulations to both of them. And even if it wasn't, it was still congratulations. Anyways, here we go. I think this is a really beautiful collection. So you have, let's see, a body oil, a lip oil, skin glaze, eyelashes, a lip liner, a sponge, and a headband and a bag. I think it's a nice, solid, curated collection. I like that it's not too much makeup, and it's kind of just accessories that you may or may not want. I've really been enjoying kind of supporting those people and those brands that I want to support, but getting things that I could have for a longer period of time that has no expiration date. For example, another tangent. I wanted the collaboration between Ashley Elliott and Bad Beauties, Bad A Beauty, something like that. I don't remember. But I decided when I got on the site that I shouldn't do it, right? Because I had so much right now, and there wasn't anything that, like, if it didn't have her on it, I would really want from this collection. Except for this, I don't have an actual hand mirror. I use a mirror that's attached to like my standing mirror. So I decided to pick this up. This is the only thing I picked up. And first of all, the mirror is flawless, absolutely flawless. It's a nice size. I don't feel like it's too small for my hands. I feel like I have decently sized hands for a girl or for a woman. So I'm very happy with this purchase. I'm happy that I got literally the one thing that I could use for years and years to come. And yeah, I'm just very happy for this. So yeah, I like the idea that this collection is not only straight up makeup, but it's also other things that like you can genuinely get use out of. You're genuinely going to get use out of a sponge. It's going to happen. Out of a headband. A lot of people use headbands when they're about to put on their makeup so that the makeup doesn't get in their hair. Same with lashes, all of that. So I like this collection, but it's not something for me. One of my favorite brands, Shroud, is coming out with yet another palette, and this one is their Peaches and Dreams palette. I think this palette looks beautiful. It looks really pretty, but if I'm looking at it, I like to kind of test myself before I pick up a palette. If I can't come out with 3 different looks by just looking at the palette, I know it's just not for me. And for me, looking at this palette, I can't think of just quickly 3 different eye looks. Now, I know there are definitely people who like that because they want to be challenged, they want to sit down and have to think, but I'm learning that, especially for the way that I do makeup, I want to be able to get my makeup on quickly, efficiently, and just out the door. And I can do that now. I've got it down to more or less a science. I have the products that I need very close by, so we're good to go on that. And this palette, it would just take too long for me to have to think of a way to make it work. I'm sure the quads make sense to other people. They just don't make sense to me in my head. So unfortunately, it's going to be a pass for me. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about today is actually something that somebody tagged me in. And this is from Gloss Gods again. So this is their Sky Collection Volume 2 collection. So they have two different palettes in this collection. One that is all shimmers, and that is their Rain Effect palette. And the other one is their Lavender Skies remixed. If I had to choose one, I would choose the Lavender Skies. Of course, why? Because they have mattes and shimmers in it. But I think for me, just in general, when it comes to this brand, it's going to be that brownie tone palette that I talked about last week that I'm going to pull the trigger on. When? I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. Like I said, I am trying my absolute best to only pick up one palette a month, but when that does happen, and I have the time, I could definitely see me picking up that brownie palette. So yeah, I feel like today's video, although there is so many definitely interesting and, you know, new items to talk about, nothing that really truly caught my attention enough for me to pull the trigger. And I'm happy. I'm happy for that. There's so many other things that I could be spending my money on, getting that use out of. And now I'm getting use out of products that I feel like potentially could have been sitting in my collection unused for longer periods of time. I will definitely be doing an update video on my kind of makeup challenge that I've been doing for the month of June, so stay tuned for that. But other than that, that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.